Hey, hi, hello. So, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shannon, and today I have a different setup because I'm doing a different kind of video. I'm actually really excited to do this kind of video. So, I recently read Bitten by Kelly Armstrong, and I realized that this has a TV show adaptation which I have not seen. But because I read the first book in this series, I thought that I would react to the first episode of the TV show. So, welcome. If you're interested to see my thoughts on the first episode of the TV show Bitten compared to the book Bitten, then stick around. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna chill out on my sofa and just watch the first episode, take you guys along with me and my thoughts as I watch it. Oh, we're getting right into it with some sex. I take it the cowgirl is Elena, our main character. Oh, she's changing. Okay. Literally like 1 minute and 52 seconds in. And so far, we have met Elena being a cowgirl on Philip, I take it, and she is now starting to change. I take it the little heartbeat kind of sound effect is her starting to change into a wolf. So we're getting right into some action here, in more ways than one. So we have jumped from Elena changing into a wolf to a whole other scene in a bar. Um, I don't know what's happening here, but I will find out, I guess.
Where are you from?
I take it the guy in the bar is Daniel. I don't know for sure yet, but the girl just kind of like invited him back to her place, and he was like, "No, because you're a slut." And like, excuse you, like, sir. Mm-mm. I don't like that. I don't like that word. I feel like it is so shitty to call someone that. So, fuck you, sir. Fuck you very much. The wolves are so cute. I want one. Maybe not one that turns into a human, but I want one. Okay, I'm pausing this so much because, like, the girl from the bar that got called a slut is now walking through the woods at night alone, and I'm like, would this happen? Like, I would never walk through the woods alone at night by myself. Alone is by myself. Ugh. But I wouldn't like I would never do this. I don't know any woman who would. Like, it's just unrealistic to say the least. I know this happens, and I know that like not everyone is as paranoid as me, but by yourself at night, I hope not. Don't walk through the woods by yourself at night, kids. I really liked that scene. I feel like it was done pretty well. The girl was walking in the woods and she was attacked, and it was made to look like it might be Elena, but Elena was attacking a rabbit. Like, it switched so quickly, but it had the intended effect of will she, won't she. I wish it was like slightly more played out. But yeah, I kind of like that bait and swap moment. I'm more impressed that she can walk in these heels than anything else, because damn, they high heels. Get that food. It's making me a little bit hungry now too. I feel like the book was sexy in places, but I feel like the show is really played up like the sex, and because with Elena and Philip in the book there wasn't actually that much sex scenes, but in the first 8 minutes of this show, like, there's been quite a lot of sexiness between the two of them. So I feel like they're really playing up the sex scenes in the show. I'm not mad about it. Oh, Professor Danvers. So this is Clayton, I take it. And I really like the non-subtle nod to half of his class being female, because he's meant to be like super sexy, model looks, but not good with human social interaction. So I find it interesting that like they've done that subtle nod, non-subtle nod maybe, to his kind of vibe that he gives off to females, because half of his class is all women. I'm totally not gonna lie. The whole time in my head when I was reading Bitten, I was picturing Clay as like Joe Magnello. I don't know how to say his last name. The wolf from True Blood. Yeah. I was just thinking of him the whole time. So, am I disappointed that the Clayton on screen is not Joe Magnello? A little bit, a little bit. But I'll give him his fair due. Let's see how he plays this role. Ugh. Like, she just put a sandwich in her bag, but like it wasn't wrapped up or anything. It was just like straight into her handbag. And I tell you now, I'm not putting an unwrapped sandwich in my handbag. Like, that kind of grosses me out a bit. Like, what do you do if you get butter inside your fucking handbag? Like, I'm sure you could have wrapped it in a napkin or something. Like, oh, a weird thing to like pause on, but
to CrossFit. And that, tell me it's gross. Who am I kidding? I would eat that brownie out of the garbage if I could.
oh no, something just flew in. Something just flew in. And I'm back. Raid. My favourite thing in the world. Jeremy's not unlike what I imagined him in my head. Like, yeah, I'm not mad at the casting for him.
Hey, Jeremy, what's up?
There's a mutt here. A girl was killed.
Can be back in 2 hours. I'll deal with it as soon as I get to Bear Valley.
Come straight here. I'm calling everyone home.
I can handle it.
Clay, I want everyone here first.
Everyone.
Clay's like, Lena. This first scene for Nick makes a lot of sense.
Mrs. Smith. It's been a pleasure.
He is a playboy. Yeah. Okay. Nick is not how I imagined. I mean, it makes sense. I was picturing in my head as Nick, kind of like the young guy from Twilight. I can't remember his name. Him but grown. I kind of imagined him as Nick. Let's see. I guess like in my head, I had totally preconceived notions, so I am finding it a little strange with the casting choices, but I'm not mad at Elena. I do think that Elena was casted like really well, and the asshole from the bar showed up when the police were cordoning off the body, so I am definitely assuming that this is Daniel the Mutt. Quite accurate. I just paused it at like such a strange place, but I am happy with the subtle nods to Elena's food intake. There has been 3 scenes now that the food intake has been brought up, and that was such a huge thing in the book because she kind of had to hide how much she could eat or how much she needed to eat when in the human world, and when she was like with her pack, um yeah, she eats a hell of a ton. So I am enjoying the subtle nods to her not actually getting enough food. So she eats at every opportunity she can when no one else is around. I'm really enjoying that. Get that chicken.
I got us doubles.
Get that chicken.
Give me a
My dog's
little
like,
night.
chicken? What? Where?
Oh, thank you.
No, I'll get you some soon. You've already had some for breakfast, okay?
Philip McAdams.
Another thing that has changed slightly from the book to the movie is, well, TV show, is that Philip's family really, really liked Elena and welcomed her with open arms. And from this scene here,
I'm allowed to be picky about my son's choices. Actually, you're not. Clearly, he's a grown man. He's also my only son. And you met her on a blind date. Yeah, set up by me.
What's your honor?
I take it Philip's mum is overly protective of her grown-ass son and isn't the biggest fan of Elena. Oh, Philip, I would not want to have an argument in that circle because, my man, you ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna win. Yeah?
Hey, buddy.
Antonio's
Thought you were in Italy.
alright
While moving the
casting.
Italian Pax
Oh,
assets through Geneva.
see, Italian. Okay. Okay, that makes more sense that Nick and Antonio would be Italian, and I take it the casting for Nick is actually pretty on point if you think about them being Italian. I kinda just didn't really think it through my head while I was reading, so maybe that's my bad. But so far, the cast, I really enjoy Elena. I think she's perfect casting. I think Jeremy is going to be a pretty good cast member simply because, like, he is what I imagined in my head as Jeremy to be. Clayton, I'm a little bit on edge about simply because he's no Joe. He's no Joe. Antonio, I'm fine with. Logan, I'm pretty happy with. Simply because we didn't get much of Logan in the book. So, like, seeing his character a bit more fleshed out, I am enjoying. Nick, I will probably learn to like him as it goes on. We shall see if he embodies that kind of fall back, follow the leader mentality he has with Clayton in the book. It doesn't really seem that way now, but we will see how the dynamic changes when Clayton and Elena arrive.
Those two, McAdams creative solutions.
Not on the nose at all. Wouldn't it be funny if all his family showed up and he didn't win? I'm so mean. Oh, I like that. That part where Elena says tomorrow first thing, like her Canadian accent came through, and true to the book, Elena came from Canada, so I really enjoy that. That was subtle, but I like it. Okay, so I am assuming this is Pete, and I like that he is very blunt with his words. Like, call her out. Call her out. Ooh, that's foreshadowing his shit. I like the outfit. I do not think the shoes match, so change the shoes, girl.
$20 says I bang the blonde.
I'd like to see you try.
$20 says you get pied in the face.
This? Did you really think giving me the key to your hotel room would work?
Nothing ventured.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Ooh, just like that? Ah, please, I was just joking. Ah, please, I was just joking.
Elena?
Oh my god, that was so much better than a pie in the face. Like, don't fucking touch me. Don't. Oh. The thing is in the book, I really did like Philip. I thought he was a pretty genuine guy. I knew he didn't really stand a chance, but I really enjoyed his character, and I like the actor that's playing him, and I like the subtle things that he says that like shows that he cares for Elena. Um, yeah, I like him. I'm kind of sad that I know what happens to him.
And they certainly didn't know.
I really like Logan being in this. I wish he was in more of the first book.
Go home.
Ooh. So Elena and Logan changed and they're gonna go for a run, but this other wolf comes out and now Elena's gonna attack the other wolf because the other wolf's after Logan. I don't know who this other wolf is yet. There is a few possibilities of who it could be, but Oh, what's the matter, puppy? Don't cry. Oh, what's that for? There is a few possibilities who it could be, but I'm not 100% certain because in the book there's not actually any mutts in it this early on that change into wolves, so there is a few possibilities who it could be. Hey. Oh, puppy, why? Hey, let's see you. Hello, I see you. I think my dog just heard the wolf crying on the show and started giving me a paw. Oh, you're so cute. I do wish the fighting scene was a little bit longer. I felt like it was cut short. I suppose it keeps it interesting for the further episodes that we get onto, but yeah, I wish the fighting scene was just a little bit longer. Oh, it was a coyote. It was a coyote. It wasn't actually a mutt or a wolf. It was a coyote and it was going after Logan in his wolf farm. That makes more sense than it being a mutt because in the book, as I said, the mutts didn't actually appear in wolf form until a good 60% of the way through. Did they ever actually? I don't actually think the mutts changed. Yeah, they did actually. There was twice the mutts changed, and it was towards the end of the book, so it wouldn't really make sense for the coyote to be a werewolf or a mutt, but they have changed some things in the show compared to the book. Some of them work, some of them don't. I'm very happy with the Logan edition, so I get it, okay? Like, she doesn't want to be a werewolf, she wants to have a normal life, blah, blah, blah. Like, where is the main character that actually wants to be a wolf? The main character that wants to be a supernatural creature. Like, every main character I come across, they're like, I don't want to be this amazing thing. I'm like, see if I can turn into a wolf. You could bet all of your money that I'd be turning a wolf for fun. Not because I had to, not because it was mandatory. I would be turning into a wolf and chasing my own tail just for the heck of it. So it's a little bit annoying that this gift isn't really a gift to Elena. I get that it comes along with a lot of consequences, and I understand, especially in the book, because in the book, Elena has more of a backstory. You get her inner monologue as to why she doesn't want this life for herself, and the fact that this wasn't really a choice. She was bitten, it was forced upon her. um, I get that, but at the same time, I'm like, just wasted. It's totally wasted. I'll take the bite. Philip really is just a little sweetheart. The end left off on a pretty good part. I mean, I want to know what's going to happen in episode 2. I want to know the result of Elena turning home. So the main differences I would say is that Logan's a main character, which he is not in the book. In the book, he is only mentioned towards he's mentioned throughout the novel, but mostly towards the end is where Logan's mentions seem to get a bit more denser. But he never actually makes an appearance in this book, which sucks because I really enjoy him being introduced into the show straight off because I think he's an interesting character, and his relationship with Elena, the way that their past is described in the book, seems to be a good relationship. So I think adding that to the show just adds another dimension into Elena's relationship with the pack. Apart from that, I don't think there is much change from the Women of the Underworld book series to the first episode of the TV show. This will probably change the more the series goes on, but so far, I really enjoyed that first episode. I do think the CGI is a little, it's all right. I just don't like the overdramatic sound effects that come along with it. I think it could be toned down a bit and still have the same kind of effect. I am okay with the casting. I like Elena, I like Logan, I like Jeremy. I don't know how I feel about Clayton. One of my biggest gripes with Clayton in the book was that he said darling all the time. Like literally one sentence he would say darling like 5 million times and it was like stop. Like think of another word, sweetheart. I'm not your darling. It got annoying after a while. So I really hope in the show he kind of tames down that phrase, that term of endearment because it got boring. It got boring real quick. But yeah, I am interested. I think I am actually going to continue on with this show. I am continuing on with the books. So if you'd like me to react to more of this show, then let me know. Let me know down in the comments if you've watched this show, if you've read these books, if you're interested in more of my reactions to the show, because I find this quite fun. I don't know how I'm going to do this in editing yet, so we will see how future Shannon does with that one. But that is all I have for you today. I really enjoyed watching the first episode of the Bitten TV show. I gave the book 4 stars, so I really enjoyed the book also. And yeah, I wish you a good day, stay safe, happy and healthy, and I shall see you next time. Bye.
Pack up my summer in a Ziploc bag. Old maps and tchotchkes, photographs at this and that. I'll write myself a letter so that I'll remember